So I'm going to do the oracle cards first to give you an idea what the theme of the month is for you guys, and then I'll do tarot cards to flesh out your story, and then we'll finish up with relationship cards. If you'd like a personal or private reading from me, that link will be in the box below once this video is uploaded. Right, so Capricorn, what's in eyes in September of 2021? Your first card, the cards jump of late, what can I say? They're in, oh my goodness, okay, they're insistent. Nothing is impossible. So that's actually really a rather nice message for you. So if you're feeling like something is daunting, as if you could never achieve it, as if it's just not going to be in your lifetime, guess what? That's not the truth. In September, you're going to be shown that nothing is impossible. If you truly want it and you truly set your mind to it, it's yours. Okay? So that's a really good message to start September out with. So you're probably going to find in September you come to some kind of crossroads with something where you think, you know what, I don't think I can do this. I don't think it's within my reach. It's not my fate. It's not my destiny, whatever the case may be. Well, that's not true. Nothing is impossible for you. You can get what you want, Capricorn. If you want it enough, you're going to get it. Okay, next card up is Bells Will Ring. This card comes up nicely every now and then, and I say nicely every now and then because it's kind of is a little bit of help for you. So when you are feeling a bit challenged, or when you need guidance, or when you need something to show you direction, or when you need that little extra push, you will hear bells ring. Okay, listen for bells ringing. It could be your cell phone that makes that sound. It could be a bird that makes that sound. It could be literally a bell ringing. But listen for the bell ringing. That will be an indication something is standing by you. Something is going to help you. Something's giving you that little extra nudge or whatever. You're not on your own. This is the direction to take. This is the time to feel that nothing is impossible. It's just a little helping, guiding hand for you, okay? Right, and then the next thing is gentle power. So push forward with wisdom and determination, but not too hard, okay? You're going to need a little bit of a push, though. You're going to push a bit. But it's about kind of balancing. I think it's using more the female power. The female power is very, very persistent. It can carry on long after that strong male power. And I'm talking about it within men and women. You have both powers. But the female power can go the distance. It can quietly persevere for a very long time. And that's kind of what you've got to be doing here. So it's not making a big splash about it. It's not making a big push about it or anything like that. It's just quietly getting on with it, and you will get there. Nothing is impossible, okay? And you're going to have, oh, look at that, have courage is at the top. And I was encouraged to pull that next card, have courage. So go after what you want in September. It's going to be yours. It will require you to have courage. You will have to be persistent and determined and quietly go about getting what you want. And listen for the bells, okay? They will help you. Listen for the bells. They will help you along the way. They will tell you either someone's at your back, they're helping you, or this is the direction to take, whatever the case may be. The bells will be there to remind you you have the courage. Nothing's impossible. This is the route to take. Just persevere. Okay, so that's very nice. Right, let's see what your tarot cards have to say about your month ahead. Okay. So, Capricorn, September 2021. First card up for you guys is Three of Spring. Plan your next steps with an eye to the long term. That's what that perseverance is about. You are going to succeed at this, whatever it may be, right? It's going to be a different thing for each of you in each of your life story. You will get there. So plan for the long term, for being there and sustaining that determination and that effort for long term. And it's not about blood, sweat, and tears effort. It's just about keep trying. You will get there. No, it's going to take a little bit of time. It's not going to be overnight. So when you make your plans and when you take your actions, just make sure you can do it for the long run. Okay, so don't give your everything today and tomorrow you're absolutely exhausted and have nothing left to give. Okay, it's that kind of thing. Okay, and the Ace of Summer. Open your heart to love, the beginning of a new intimate relationship, the rebirth of a current one, the awakening of psychic abilities or spiritual epiphanies. This is when the cup, the ace Ace of Cups is in traditional deck. What this card is, Ace of Summer. When happiness overflows, okay, it's the start of a story. The first card in each suite of the deck is always the start of a story. This is the start of a new story, and it starts with your cup overflowing. Something will make you very happy, okay? It can be an epiphany. It can be a relationship. It can just be something which manifests, which makes you really happy. And it's the beginning of a story, so there's quite a lot to still be going through in that story. The Hermit. Find or be a mentor, take a break, and a commitment to spiritual growth. Now, this is more about internal wisdom. It's more about going internally. Go within and find the strength. So it's also, if you're going to need to persevere at something, if you find the joy, it's kind of holding it within yourself and not putting it all out there, because the feedback you're going to get out there at the moment, not always, is not going to help you, help the situation, or make you feel better. Because if you go out there looking for somebody to make you feel better about what you're doing, someone to boost you while you're trying to do this, that's not where it's going to be. It's within you that the strength lies, okay? It's going within you. Now let's have a look. What more is coming up here? Release, letting go of the past, an ending that makes way for new opportunities and time to move on, okay? So if I look, and I was saying that that Ace of Summer is the beginning of a new story. So in September, you let go of an old story. I'm trying to see now. It doesn't feel like a sudden release. Okay, let me rephrase that. It doesn't feel like a sudden release as in you weren't expecting this release. You knew it was coming, but you are going to need to suddenly let go of it, okay? But you knew the time was coming where something had, it reached its expiry date, okay? You knew the expiry date was coming. It comes in September, and you know now's the time to let go of it. That could be sudden, where you suddenly see, right, now I've got to let go of it. Whatever it may be. It may be a job that's redundant, a lifestyle that's redundant, a belief system you have that's redundant, even possibly a relationship that is redundant, okay? Something now has done its bit in your life. You've been there, you've done that, you've got the t-shirt, it's time to move on. Life experience, because you get the Tower after that. I was kind of expecting that the Tower was coming up. So this is the Tower in a traditional tarot deck, okay? What it says on this card of let go of belief systems that no longer work for you. So I think that is more what we are looking at here. If we look at these three cards together, and the fact that you have a new beginning, and that you need to kind of be in there for the long haul for this new beginning, because a new story always has a long unfolding, doesn't it? And these three cards together are saying you have a belief system in place, and yes, it served you in the old story, okay? But now it's not serving you any longer. It is time to let go of that belief system. It can be poverty consciousness. It can be I'm not good enough. It can be anything, okay? It's going to depend on your life story. But it's now time to let go of it and move in to your new story, which, by the looks of things, is a much, much happier story. Oh, goodness me. There is we've got what's called a banded mongoose. If you want to, you can look them up. And there must be, I'd say about 40 of them that come. And they make this high squeaking, chirruping noise. And they are in the garden at the moment. They forage for beetle larvae and things like that. And they make a lot of noise while they're doing it. And they're here at the moment. And they are very persistent. They could give you a good lesson in persistence. Okay, so let's see now. Take another few cards. Just see where it's going. Eight of Summer. The desire for more meaningful life, realization, it's time to move on. So this is just underscoring that message. Something in your life, and I think for most of you it is a belief system, needs to now kind of be shifted out of your life. You're done with that belief system. Maybe it served you for a while. It's not serving you any longer. Let it go. It is, I'd say it's probably a karmic nodal point in your life that you've reached. where you probably have, I would even say, ancestral karma that you've been dealing with. In other words, it's coded in your DNA. And you now have the opportunity. That's the other thing I want to say. As much as these things can be predicted, this is where freedom of choice comes in. You can also decide, okay, and you probably won't make that decision consciously, but the decision does come into play. You haven't worked through that karmic destiny yet. You want to do it a bit more and learn a bit more, okay? Like I say, consciously you probably wouldn't make that decision. But you've reached a nodal point in your karmic story where you can say, I'm done with that. I've learned I don't want to call it the lesson. It is life experience, like this card says. I've had the life experience. I've gone through the experience. It is now time for me to release it. Okay, the Eight of Summer says letting go of it. Summer, it's the cup cards, it's feelings. Okay, so it's more about letting go of how you feel than actually physically letting go of something. Okay, so that is very much your story for the month of September, Capricorn. It's an opportunity to go beyond where you've been before and have a new life experience by letting go of an old, I would say, very much say karmic patterning, which is encoded in your DNA. Okay, you don't need to know more than that. You just need to know what I meant by that is that one can really go and explore that and see what it is. It's not necessary. You can just let go of it. You'll know. You'll hear the bells ringing. That'll be your indication. Stop thinking that. It's done and dusted. Don't take that action when this happens. It's done and dusted. There will be bells ringing. You will hear them. Okay. Now let's have a look at your relationships for. Are you going through a shift? Yes, I should imagine the relationships will be doing something too. Okay. Right, let's see. Reconciliation. Someone from your past is coming back into your life. Okay. So there's a little bit of a karmic story that hasn't quite finished up yet. This person could be from a past lifetime and it could be from this lifetime. They are back in your life again because there is a story here that has not finished up. Doesn't mean the whole story has to continue. There's some aspect of it that will come back into your life now that you will be able to look at that and say, okay, right, so you'll hear the bells ringing and you'll say to yourself, right, so this is what happened back then and this is the reaction I had. It's a pattern I've played out many, many times since then. Well, you know what? I'm finished with that. I've had that life experience. Let's move on from there. It doesn't necessarily mean you need to move on from the person, but you do need to move on from the experience. Okay? You have grown beyond that. That allows your heart and soul to sing with joy. So, this person could come back into your life. It could be an old relationship from even another lifetime. You could get back to them with them again, and they pull and tug at the heartstrings. You have been through enough of your story, your life experience, to this time around, okay, make it a different story. Give you a new beginning with a different belief system. And this can be happening within an existing relationship as well, okay? So it's playing out a little differently in your relationship. It's the same theme, it just plays out a little differently in your relationship. The two of you do need to get time away together on your own, okay? So if you can get quiet time together, however that could work for you, because it's not always easy with things the way they are at the moment. But if the two of you can get quiet time together, just to be together, just the two of you, this will make a big difference, especially in an existing relationship, okay? Because then the both of you, but most likely you, because you're the one hearing this reading, will feel the worthiness coming back again. Okay, that's as direct as the message is going to be, because when it happens, you're going to know exactly what that meant. I'm not even going to expand on that. You're going to know what that meant, okay? But definitely this person, whomever they are, was part of a story at some stage, and you might not even have consciously realized it, but they chipped away at your self-esteem, okay? And it wasn't even necessarily their doing. Life just happens, and things happen, and people then do things, and we end up feeling certain feelings because of things that unfolded, and that person wasn't necessarily personally responsible for it, but you built up a belief system after that. But now they either come back into your life, or it's an existing relationship, and a situation comes back into your life that gives you the opportunity to recognize that you had a belief system because of that, and you can let go of that now. You've had the experience, you've got the t-shirt, you can move on, and your self-esteem returns with an existing relationship or that relationship, and that makes your heart and soul sing with joy. So it takes that relationship to a totally different level than it was the time before. Okay. Right, I hope that you enjoyed that reading. Thank you for watching, listening, liking, subscribing, chatting as well. I appreciate it, and the mongoose are all coming filing past you. If you'd like a personal reading from me, I'll just repeat again, you can contact me via my website. That link is in the description box below. Wishing you hugs and blessings for September. We'll speak again soon.